All right. So today I am joined by Alyson, and I'm very excited to have her. She actually does my hair, not this style, all my good styles. This is like my holdover style. But yeah, so I'm really excited for you to join the podcast today. Thank you, Alyson, for joining.
Of course.
Yeah, so I'll let you do your own intro. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about who you are and how you got started doing hair?
All right. I'm a Dallas hairstylist. I born and raised in Dallas. I got my license in high school back in 2008. So I took a few year break when I had my daughter, but pretty much I've been primarily a hairstylist. I've transitioned over the years, depending on the style, but I really fell in love with sew-ins and hair extensions. So I niched down to doing that. When I first started, I was in an all-over salon that did everything, and I kind of got lost in the sauce in that. And then I stopped and came back, and then I did crochet and sew-ins, trying to be the in-between stylist because sew-ins were great, but some people wanted a break sometimes, and so they wanted to do crochet. So I did crochet, but I didn't really love crochet because I couldn't time it. That was my only, because it was just me by myself, and it was just hard to book a slot for crochet because crochet had so many different styles. And so I just niched really down to sew-ins, and I did closure sew-ins, frontal sew-ins, wig installs, and then traditional sew-ins. And then I had my daughter. And when I rebranded myself, when I came back, I decided that I wanted to do more luxury high-end hairstyles just to fit a different crowd. Like I like business women, in-office women type clients. And so that's who I wanted to tailor to. And that's the styles that they were into. And so just evolving with the environment and what's going on now, like K-tips, I-tips, microlinks, those are very popular. And a lot of people like those hairstyles because they're more versatile and they get to feel their scalp. Like a lot of people want the protective styles, and I get it, but they want the hair to look like theirs. And so that's the feedback that I've been getting from a lot of my clients. And so just working with them, creating hybrid hairstyles where it's not just K-tips, you get a sew-in plus K-tips, or, it's an in-between of both worlds just to fit the client's desires.
Love that. And I love what you said about just kind of evolving over time and changing to kind of fit the needs of customers. Because like you said, over time, we do change our hairstyles, and we're probably seeing that now. I'm seeing a surge now of like some of those styles we've seen from back in the day with the braids in the front and the
Yes.
before. So we do see the evolution of how hairstyles are changing. I'm seeing more finger waves and stuff coming back. So that's brilliant to be kind of switching your clientele and moving around like that. And also kudos to you, because I think about how long sometimes it takes to do some of these hairstyles, and you are so patient and you just really take your time and do an amazing job. And like, where does that part come from? Just having the patience to take your time and be flat ironing those little pieces and these K-tips. Talk about that.
I know, right?
So personality, you're able to just...
Yeah. I don't rush my clients. So I just take every step as its own client, I guess. Mm-hmm. So if they come in for a shampoo, I was like a shampoo install. Then I'm like, okay, this is the shampoo. And some people have a lot of hair. Yeah. So it's like, this is the shampoo. And then I'll just take a breather. I'm like, okay, the next step is the blush. So I don't look at it as one long appointment. I break it up mentally to get me through it. And it doesn't, to me, conversation, and then I have the TV going, and so we just be vibing, and I love that.
Definitely. And that also reminds me too, something that I'm noticing now, and it might have been a thing forever, but as I'm looking at stylists here in Dallas, is like some of these stylists are saying like, come with your hair already shampooed and already detained. Like I feel like, to me that feels like a new thing. I'm not used to seeing so many people saying like, basically do it half of it yourself before you come in. What are your thoughts on this?
I was that stylist back in the day. It was also just listening to feedback, because a lot of my clients, they don't want to spend so long in the salon. And that shampoo, and that can add an hour onto the hair. And so I just, like I said, I listen, and I've kind of just adapted to one client a day. So I'm not bombarded with an all day session. And then it's like, I'm not keeping one client. I don't you come in, I do you, and I finish you. I don't sit you to the side and jungle you in and walk-ins. To me, that's stressful. Yeah. And so it's just the thought process of some people don't want to be in the salon all day, to where it's like, hey, if you don't need the shampoo, or some people have the preference on shampoo, If you can knock that out, then great. I can just install you and get you on. But I get it. Some stylists kind of abuse it to where it's like, I ain't got time for that. And so when I rebranded myself, I got the shampoo bowl to accommodate those who really don't know nothing about hair. Because there's some people that just wants the style and some people that don't know nothing about hair and they need your help, you know? And so that's why I gave the option. So my services, I feel are pretty like fairly priced because I don't include the shampoo, but I have the option of including the shampoo if you want it. So
yeah. And that also got me thinking about like you saying, like the customer service aspect of it. So like say you are accommodating and you do, kind of what the clients need. But that's another thing I think that we're seeing in maybe the last couple of years as well, maybe during COVID or something, where sometimes some stylists are not super focused on the customer service part, and you have them doing multiple things and putting you to the side and, having a lot of different maybe showing up late to your appointments. I'm feeling like not overall, but I'm noticing a little bit more of like the customer service aspect is not, because I know that's one of the things I really liked about the first time I came to you. You were very warm, very inviting. Like, so you had your little snacks over there. It just was a very great experience for me coming to you. And that's something about with a lot of my services and stuff I get. I really want somebody that I can, be talking to and just feel comfortable in their shop. I had a stylist before I went to that. She was very friendly, very warm and everything, but her shop was like in the back of a barber shop, and it just didn't feel super comfy for me with all those guys sitting up there. So I definitely kind of look for the experience as well. And I think that you do a good job of trying to accommodate and being your customer service and stuff and being very friendly and warm.
yes.
And so as people are kind of looking for a stylist, do you have any tips or any ideas of how people, if they're like online looking, because that's how I found you, on just Googling on maybe like on Instagram or something. And I started looking through your pictures and I'm like, ooh, these styles are cute. So any idea as people are trying to navigate what they're looking for in a stylist, some tips of what they should look for, questions maybe they can ask before they go to a stylist?
I definitely feel like vibe is like the number one thing. Cause just reading some other stylist profiles as like, don't do this, don't come with it. That, and I'm like, whoa, I would never come to your shop. But if I'm recommended, like if I, knew somebody that went and said like, she's super cool, then yes. But I mean, just off of first impressions, I feel like my suite is my little second home. Like, it's so neat and cozy, and it's like I want people to feel comfortable as I'm feeling comfortable. And so I haven't had a bad customer in like a long time. And I just feel like it's just the aura that I bring. And so if you click, you click. And then, I don't necessarily have an attitude. So it's like, don't come with me with an attitude, because I'm very shy and I just want to be happy. And I want you to be happy. And so that's just kind of what I start on and I hold on to. Like if you're new to an area, because I get a lot of people that moves from wherever to like, oh, I found you on Google. And I just think reviews count, the negative and the bad, and how the stylist responds to the reviews, but also their work, their schedule. And to me, it's just how their priority with hair. This is my full-time job. Mm-hmm. And so I love hair. And so I don't want somebody to do my hair that's like, you ready? And I'm like, no. But, it's just, I guess, just going through their YouTube, going through their Instagram, just seeing what they're naturally like. And so what you're getting yourself into. And then if there's a specific style that you don't see on their page and that you want, then I would say like, hey, is this something that you do? Because I've been doing hair for a while. And so haircuts just scare me. And so I just kind of learned to grow that. I learned to say no. Like, I know everybody's not for me and I'm not for everybody. So I appreciate the ones that say like, hey, can you do this? And I'm like, no, I'm so sorry. That is not my strongest.
Some hairdressers will tell you, no, I do everything. And then you can tell the things that they're really good at and not so good at.
Right. Because that was me back in the day. Like, because I was just chasing the money and I was just like, yeah, I can do it. And I'm like, oh, Lord, why did I say this?
Yeah, so, totally happy.
I've learned to, of course, I don't shut people out. Like, I'm willing to learn, but I just have my weaknesses and I'm just like, I need something similar. But no, I tell them what I'm comfortable with and they ask me, and everything. So yeah, just go with the stylist and like be gentle, because we're gentle.
Definitely. And then, so like, how do you feel like, so that you've been working in this industry for so long, what are some things that you're seeing that are seeming a little bit different now? I know like sometimes maybe the prices of things are changing. I was thinking about it, but I don't know if they're changing that much. Cause I remember when I first started getting sew-ins, I was living in Atlanta. And I would go get me some bundles from some little store in like 5 Points or something. And I buy like the little Indian Remy, like I buy like 3 bundles or something. And that would do my sew-in. I think the guy was probably charging me like $150, maybe $200. So I feel like it may still be in that price range. Do you feel like that you're having to raise it a lot? I also do like the bundles maybe a little smaller. I do feel like that's changing a little bit.
Yeah, it's very flexible and you pay for quality. And so I see that a lot with my customers that they like to reuse hair. So I know I have to find better quality hair so they can reuse it, because it's just like, when you pay a certain price, you have to realize, are you paying for that one style? Are you paying it because this is your lifestyle that you want to keep using? So that's just something you just have to keep in mind. The price just fluctuates between the length, the texture, and all of that jazz. So it's I say it's pretty steady, but there's people out there that's like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like look,
House
I
note?
don't yeah. I want to pay my rent for my hair. I
Okay.
can't.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I've been seeing that and I'm just like, I can't go that high.
Yeah, that's tough too. And so that's probably something else that you gotta think about in your business when you're pricing your stuff is about what people can afford as well, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been seeing a few little headlines here and there about maybe some changes in like in the stores as far as buying some of your supplies and stuff like that. Are you still able to find all the supplies that you like so far? And is everything still so far affordable? Because
Yeah, I don't
we're a little on edge sometimes.
too much have an issue, because when I do find a good product, I do kind of buy it up. And then as far as vendors, I'm kind of just having a little scrapple with some of my vendors because of the tariff and just random stuff and just communicating. But I'm more like, once I find a good thing, I'm with it, So I feel like that kind of also holds rapport in that kind of area, to where if you bounce around, then you're gonna not get good quality.
Yeah. And I talked about wearing my little Indian Remy back in the day. What is the hair? What's the texture of hair that's the trend right now? What kind of hair are we wearing? I don't know if I even asked you that ever, like what kind of hair it was. I just like, oh, that's pretty.
Right. So I supply Vietnamese hair because I feel like it's universal. It's straight, but it has a little strength to it. And then a lot of people are doing Burmese. A lot of people are doing Cambodian. So there's just a lot of different textures, but you just have to see what you like. And I just feel like, just listening to people, the Vietnamese has pretty been a good blend for a lot of the hair textures. So I haven't really having any complaints. But of course, if I do know some other vendors, and then if some clients be like, hey, can you get this? And I'm like, yeah, I can. So then I'll do it that way. But so, because I just also feel when people have too many options, they're very indecisive. And then it's like, I can go on and on about like quality, texture, but I just feel like it may confuse you once I start talking to like, oh, Indian, you'll have this, this, and this, but Cambodian will give you this, but Indian don't, so then it's just like, bro, just stick to one thing and just, you'll love it.
What about, do you mind sharing some of your go-to products that you like to use?
Yes.
Okay.
So, let's see, shampoo. I really like Design Essentials. They're very moisturizing and detangle. So a lot of like issues that I see with my clients is just the moisture aspects where they lack in that part, just natural hair and extensions. And so I am creating my own hairline. It's in the works, but it's just to Design Essentials. They have a lot of they put moisture back into your hair, so that helps with shedding, tangling, and all of that good stuff. And then leave-in, like, it's a 10, and it's a very good detangler for curly hair, straight. I like this. It's a 10. It's a white bottle with a blue top. It detangles everybody hair, and it makes the blow drying like really. So it doesn't. It doesn't weigh the hair down or anything. So it's very, very helpful with the blow dry, detangling, all of that. And then styling, I use my Babyliss flat iron, curling iron. And then the, what is it? Sebastian. It's in a white can. It's like black and like a yellow, but orange yellow kind of color, where it's a really good styling hairspray because it doesn't weigh the hair down, but it holds a nice curl. It still allows the curl to be bouncy, but not weighing it down to make it stiff. So those are my staples.
What's your go-to for edge control?
I haven't really found a good one, to be honest. I have, yeah.
Okay.
I just get mixed reviews on the ones that I'd be like, yeah. And then it's like, no. And I'm like, well, dang, I really like that one. So, I mean, and then some of them, they have the little thick edges. And I'm like, bro, this is not going to hold that down.
Yeah, because I'm finding too. I've been going through them too, and I can't find nothing this layer. I feel like I don't know if my hair is just a little coarse, but it is not. It can't be tamed.
Yeah, yeah. So, and then like it's crazy. So it's like you find in here, but when you go to the car and crank up, it's a whole nother story.
Definitely.
So, yeah. I mean, I've tried different things, but I can't say a go-to one. Not yet.
Okay. We'll keep looking.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Did I ask you all the things I was gonna? What did we not talk about yet?
Oh, you talked about the supply.
We talked about future trends. You want to talk about any future trends? Well, you kind of did because you talked about like the K-tips.
Yeah, that's the most popular thing right now is the K-tips because it's very
maybe
versatile.
For people who don't know what K-tips are, maybe you tell them what K-tips are just in case.
Okay. So K-tips is like the hottest new thing. They're, to me, similar to micro braids only because it works in small little sections. But what it is a piece of hair with the keratin bond on the tip, and you use a hot tool to melt the keratin bond around the... Girl, you should have told me. I could have had some.
Oh, dang, so sorry. If you want to send me pictures, I can at this part, I can put in a little photo of it.
Okay.
Send me a picture and I'll pop it in.
So it's a hair strand with a keratin bond at the top. And when you install them, you take that same amount of hair and replace it with the K-tips. So it's not too heavy.
Or on top?
It goes on top.
Okay.
And then you roll it. So it's like I said, that micro braid. So it's like you taking that little piece of hair out of your head, like not out of your head, but off your head. And then you're just rolling the extensions on top. So a lot of people see it and kind of don't know what it all is about, but it's like you have to be comfortable because 100% of your hair is left out. So you have to be a silk press girl, or you have to be a girl that really deals with her hair. Because you also have to keep in mind, it's like you have your natural hair plus 300 grams of extra hair added onto it. So it is a piece of work when it comes to styling. If you're not used to styling your hair, then I would say, no, you're not fit for it, but it's not like you can't get fit for it. But the biggest combat that I found is just texture matching, because our hair is very, very kinky. And it's just a little bit complicated on finding that perfect match for you. So that's why I just said it's kind of better for silk press girls who's kind of natural, used to their hair being straight, or straightened. And the reviews I've got from it is very like, people love it because they have access to their scalp. Like they can touch and they can put it in a ponytail.
So
you can be lazy with it. Yeah. And then the also thing that I like K-tips versus I-tips is because I-tips have a bead that's put on your hair and then it's clamped. And then over time, just like dirt and lint and just stuff gets trapped in between the scalp and that bead to where it gets really dirty and you have to like take the whole process down. But with K-tips, that keratin bond is pretty much, there's no big gap in between. And so it kind of just, it feels and acts like your natural hair.
That is really cool. Okay. And how long do they last usually? How long can you keep those?
About 5 to 6 months, 5 to 7 months, I would say. Yeah. So it's an investment. The price tag on it on the initial install is pretty high because you have to pay for the hair in the install. But I feel over time getting silk presses back to back, and then just extensions, because you're going to have to pay for the extensions. So when you weigh the scales, to me, you're coming out on top because you get the versatility. It looks like your hair and you get to add length and volume. That's the whole purpose of K-tips, is to add length and volume to your natural hair.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great option. That sounds really good.
Yeah.
Okay. I think
because like with the sew-ins, people are like, oh, my scalp is itching and all of that. And then the closures are like, oh, it doesn't, you can see the closure.
Yeah.
So
I sweat my lace run off when I'm in the gym sometimes, and I'm not a hair girly, so I be like struggling to get it.
Yeah. So with the K-tips, you can just literally put it in a ponytail and wear your headband and you'll be good.
Okay.
But it's just like, washing your hair. You have to do that pretty often. So.
Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. And now I think we'll get into the little rapid fire round. And I got about 5 questions. They're all Dallas-y things.
Okay.
If I minimize this screen, can you still see or?
I can still see you.
Okay, cool. Okay. I'm going to pull up this little list real quick for where did it go? Here it is, I think. Okay. Oh, this one's not super Dallas-y, but sorry. Best piece of advice that you've ever gotten?
My best piece of advice that I've ever received.
About anything.
I would just say stay true to yourself. Know yourself and stay true to yourself. Everything and everybody's not for you.
That's really good. If Dallas had a dating profile, what would the bio say?
Me, girl, this is hard because I'm back out there, but I'm just back out there. And so my dating profile, I don't even know because I'm not out there like that.
We'll come back to that. I'll let you come back to that. Favorite restaurant or food spot here?
I really like Izakana. I want to say Izakana, but it's in downtown Dallas and they serve like soul food. The drinks are really good. Like one drink will put you down. But I like the vibes there. I think they do hookah now, but I've been there a couple of times. I really like the spot. But I want to try other spots, but that's my go-to spot.
So is that more like it's like a restaurant lounge or what kind of vibe is it?
It's more of a restaurant. I guess. I don't know what you consider a lounge.
Does it turn into like bringing a DJ? Is it one of those like turns into?
Yeah, no, I don't think they do all that.
Okay.
I think so. I haven't been for that, so I don't know.
Okay. What is one thing that you wish people knew more about Dallas? Like for some of these folks who are coming in new to the area or something, what should they know about Dallas?
There is a lot for a lot of people. Like you just have to find your community because Dallas isn't, because I've traveled and Dallas to me is just, there's no other place like Dallas. It's so versatile. There's so many different ethnicities. There's just so many people, range of tech, music, food. Like you just have to find what you're into because there's somebody out there for you. Like for sure. There's something for everybody.
Yeah.
That's what I like. Because it's like if you go to Louisiana, it's like, okay, you're in the trail rides, you're in the crawfish bowls, and then
you got your crazy sports community, these Dallas Cowboy fans.
And then the anti-Cowboy fans. Because you don't catch that often. Like, if you go to a city, it's that city and that sport. But no, there's so many like other teams that rock with Texas, so it's crazy.
One thing I think is interesting about when I think about Dallas as opposed to other cities is the like kind of a little bit of like the Cowboys culture, like as far as like the boots and the hats, and they kind of are a little more like country. Like it's just, I don't know, there's just a different atmosphere. I feel like when you come here, Texas is it's just like you said.
You get some of those, and then you get the people that's like heavy into cars, heavy into like jewelry. Like, it's just a good mix. Like it's a crazy mix.
Yeah, it is a lot in one place for sure.
Yeah.
And what's your go-to treat yourself splurge in the city? What is something that like you would go do, or something like when you just maybe you would, even if like you need to pick me up, like I'm gonna go to this place and do this or something.
Very outdoorsy, so skating is my go-to thing to relax and just unwind. But paint in the park for myself, like I'll just go to Five Below and get me some supplies and just go paint in the park. But other than that, it's just whatever me and my daughter's into, to be honest, because she finds some crazy stuff, some trampoline parks, some activities, and we'll just go check it out. Like I'm a sucker for activities. So other than that, it would be a spa day. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but it's the float spot in Frisco. It's where you sit in a pod full of Epsom salt. And when I tell you, that is like a hard reset.
Like it's a pod, it's like a tub, or like what is it?
Yeah, it's a pod. It's a big pod that closes down. Like you have the option to keep the light on or hear music and stuff. But I think the session is like an hour. And every time I go in there, I'm like, I hope I fall asleep. But when I'm in there, because usually the fear of you're in a closed tub floating. And the thing is that you float. Like you don't think you're going to float, but you float. And
it's in Frisco. I need to add this on my to-do list. What's the place called?
The Float Spot.
The Float Spot. Okay.
It's amazing because they also have a massage, aqua massage, where you lay down and the shield comes on top of you.
Yeah.
And it's all water jets. The shield has like you don't get wet at all because it's all inside the close down, but it's just water jets beating your body, and then you could stop it wherever you want it to stop it. And I think that's like a 45-minute session. That whole spot is like the coolest reset to like stress. Like if you did sports really hard and you need like you're sore, I highly recommend the float spot. Like, I love that place.
That sounds amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Because yes,
the only bad part is your hair, because you're in Epsom salt, and I don't think it's good for weave, braids, none of that. Like, you can put a shower, the swim cap on,
yeah.
But to be free, I just go in there with my free hair and just be like, I'll deal with that later.
So I gotta find a day when I'm in between styles to go check it out.
Yeah, plan it up, like, where you can just go home and watch it.
Real crazy.
Yeah, because it ain't a cute spot, but yeah.
That is awesome. Well, thank you so much, girl. That was so good. Like, you told us being shy. I'm like, first of all, when you said it, I didn't believe it anyway. But like this, no way. This is so good.
Like,
right? You said shy. You see, I didn't even respond to that part. I was like, hey, girl, 4:30. But no, I think this was really, really good, though. I think like we really shared some real, and that's kind of like why I'm kind of trying to start this podcast. But I think it's going to be a good resource for people who maybe think about moving here or already live here, and you touched it on the spot that they just don't know where to go. They don't know who to find. Like, they don't know nothing. So this would be a good like way for them to kind of learn some more stuff and people who do different stuff. And that's kind of the people I'm trying to bring on, people who got businesses or stores or whoever, just give people some tips and resources and help people find they like people, basically. So
yeah,
this really kind of some exactly what I'm trying to do for them. So this was good.
Cool.
So yes, I will let you know when it's all out. And I got a guy that's actually going to edit it and stuff. He's going to put together, some of those little promo clips ahead of time. So I'll share those with you too if you want to share them ahead of the workshops too. So it's going to be a legit thing, girl. Yes.
Stressing out because I didn't have a client today, and then I had a client today. And so I was like, well, dang, I forgot to do my hair. And I was like, well, I'll just have to wear a scarf. Like, I didn't want to cancel. So I was just like, I'm just going to have to make it work because.
No, you made it work, girl. Like, so you look very cute. It looks like.
Thank you. No, I wanted my wig because, that was another thing. I took my other hairstyle down and then I bought a wig. And then I didn't love the wig, but I'm like, hey, I bought this wig. It's going to work.
Right.
And I left it on my mouse.
Right.
So it's okay. I was like,
no. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate this.
Definitely. And so, I will put this, save this, and let's say we will get cut up and put together and get some promo stuff out, and yay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. And I'll see you later.
Okay, bye.
Okay.